자, 그럼 3월 7일 화요일 모닝 헤드라인스 뉴스캐스터 레이와 함께 시작합니다.
Korea's on-year growth in consumer prices fell below 5% in February for the first time in 10 months, while public utility costs went up 28.4% to set a new high.
지난달 우리나라 물가 상승률이 10개월 만에 처음으로 5% 아래로 떨어졌습니다. 다만 공공요금은 지난해 대비 28.4% 증가한 것으로 나타났습니다.
The government has announced a set of measures to overhaul the 52-hour workweek system introduced in 2018 by giving more flexibility and choice in work hours.
정부가 2018년에 도입된 주 52시간 근무 제도를 개선하기 위해 유연성을 강화한 근로시간 제도 개편 방안을 발표했습니다.
Russia has ramped up its attack on Bakhmut, a city that, despite being mostly reduced to rubble and abandoned by more than 90% of its pre-war population, is seen by Moscow as a key goal in its eastern push.
네, 러시아가 주민 90%가 이미 떠난 우크라이나 동부의 주요 거점인 바흐무트에 대한 공격을 더욱 강화했습니다.
Parents in several cities across Iran, including the capital Tehran, have taken to the streets to protest over a wave of suspected poison attacks that have affected schoolgirls in dozens of schools.
이란에서 여학교를 대상으로 한 독가스 공격이 잇따라 발생하면서 수도 테헤란을 포함한 주요 도시에서 학부모들이 거리로 나와 시위를 벌였습니다.
United Nations member states have finally agreed on a treaty to protect biodiversity in regions outside national boundary waters, known as the high seas.
UN 회원국들이 20년 넘게 논의한 끝에 공해 생물 다양성을 보호하기 위한 국제 해양 조약 제정에 합의했습니다. And those are our headlines. Morning Headline Expressions. 자, 오늘의 Headline Expressions 첫 번째는요. To set a new high입니다.
A new record.
A new record.
A new record, and it's a record high, you could even say. So we could say this about a lot of things. Temperatures, athletes often set records in points or goals, stock prices, prices of anything.
Yeah.
But we can also reverse it, and these things can also set record lows or career lows.
So it can be used personally, it can be used about stats, data, weather. Anything.
Anytime some record is set. And you mentioned earlier, we could say hit a new high, set a new high, reached a new high.
그렇군요. 여기서 high라는 게 최고치, 최고 기록이라는 의미가 있어요. set라는 것은 여기서 그것을 기록했다라는 의미가 있어서요. 의역을 하자면은 이제 최고치를 경신했다 이렇게 보면 되겠죠. The public utility costs actually set a new high.
That's not good.
That's not good.
Yeah, we'd prefer them to set a new low.
All right, well, the next expression to look at is to overhaul something.
You overhaul something, you make major, drastic changes to something. It's usually some type of a system.
Yeah.
The way perhaps the way the company works, for example. There might be a management overhaul. Where
Yeah, exactly.
Everything changes. They bring in all new people and completely change how things are run.
명사로 쓸 수도 있고요. 동사로 쓸 수도 있는데 크게 바꾼다라는 의미가 있기 때문에 개편의 의미라고 보실 수 있습니다. The next expression is to be reduced to something. In this case, be reduced to rubble.
Right, we were talking about the city that's been reduced to rubble, meaning everything's been destroyed. Rubble being stones and bricks and all the different pieces, concrete, the things that make up a building. So obviously, that's not good.
Exactly.
So when we say that someone's been reduced to something, it means that now they're in a worse situation. So someone could be reduced to tears.
Yeah.
What were some other ones we talked about? Being reduced to ashes after something's been burned.
Exactly.
You know, if a building caught fire, it's been reduced to ashes.
네, 이렇게 되어버렸다라는 의미인데요. 안 좋게 되었을 때 쓰는 표현입니다. 그래서 누군가가 예를 들자면 엄청 혼났어요. Why did you do that? Why did you do that? 매니저가 이렇게 막 혼냈어요. 그랬더니 직원이 나중에 눈물을 뚝뚝 이렇게 울면 He was reduced to tears. 이렇게 울어버렸어. 이런 얘기인데 이렇게 어떻게 되어버렸다가 부정적인 뉘앙스를 가지고 있는 be reduced to입니다. 건물들이 다 무너진 이 바흐무트 같은 경우에는 폐허가 됐다. It's been reduced to rubble. 그리고 만약에 뭐 어딘가가 이제 타버렸어요. 그러면 this building has been reduced to ashes. 이렇게 표현할 수도 있습니다. Alright, let's move on to the next one. To take to the streets.
To take to the streets means you go to the street to protest,
Yeah,
right? Sometimes we might say people, they took to Twitter to complain about something. It means you use that or you go there for a purpose.
Take to the streets라는 것 자체가 이제 시위를 한다라는 의미로 이해하시면 되겠습니다. 가두 시위에 나서다라는 의미죠. 거리에 가서 그냥 뭐 거리에 가는 의미만 있는 게 아닙니다. So when you hear take to the streets, you wouldn't think, oh, they're going for a stroll.
No,
You
I
think
know that means they're
protesting.
protesting.
아, 그렇군요. 항상 시위의 의미가 들어있다. 좋습니다. 자, 마지막으로 agree on a treaty.
Ooh, when you agree, well, obviously when you agree on something, you make a deal. And a treaty is just an agreement, an official document that gets signed between two countries or several countries. In this case, it was the United Nations, so many countries.
A treaty, T-R-E-A-T-Y. 조약이라는 의미죠. Very different to a treat.
Yes, very different.
Y 하나 차이로 이렇게 의미가 달라져요. 그냥 treat 그러면은 선물의 의미가 될 수도 있고 뭐 뭔가 이렇게 맛있는 음식이 될 수도 있고 그렇지만 treaty는 조약이라는 뜻입니다.
Usually when we talk about treats, it's candy.
Yeah, sweets.
Yeah, not guaja, but candy.
그렇죠. 네, 사탕 같은 거를 treat라고 하기도 하고요. 아니면 I want to treat you, Ray.
Oh, nice.
이렇게 말하면
For
내가,
what? Where are we going to go? For a burger or something like that? That's usually what we talk about.
sure.
I'm going to hold you to that.
아이고, it's just an example.
Oh, okay.
아니에요. I will treat you one day. 그러니까 내가 쏠게 이런 의미로도 쓸 수 있는 거죠. 그래서 treat하고 treaty는 완전히 다르다는 거 기억해 주시면 되겠습니다. 자, 이렇게 오늘 헤드라인에서 나온 표현들 리뷰해봤고요. 모닝 헤드라인 expressions는 오디오 어학당과 유튜브에서 무료로 다시 듣게 하실 수 있습니다.